Get out your little blue ball. We're just going to use it very briefly in the beginning, and we're going to use weights today. So I'm using 2-pound weights, and I think that's it. So let's get started. We're going to start standing. All right, you guys. Do we need lights on? Do we need lights? Yeah. I don't think so. I think we're okay. Yeah. All right, you guys. We're going to just put the weights off to the side for a moment. We will be picking those up again. And we're going to take the ball. We're just going to place it on the floor. And we're going to bring our heels up against that ball. We're going to kind of give it that little squeeze. So we're in a little bit of our external. Don't make it too wide. I don't want the feet all the way out like this and open, right? They're just slightly turned out. And I want most of the emphasis on those heels drawing into the ball. Remember here, Matt makes it a little bit more challenging. So if you want to make this a little less challenging, then go ahead and stand on the floor, or someplace that's a little less squishy. So from here, we're going to pull our belly in, drop those shoulders down. Think about your spine stacking up here, and try not to lean forward or lean back. And all we're going to do here is we're just going to lift onto those toes. So we're going to exhale, hold on to that ball as we lift onto those toes, and then slowly lower back down. So as soon as I begin to draw into the ball and start to lift, I feel my glutes connect, right? So I'm going to feel that nice glute connection. And inhale, and you're trying to, I mean, obviously, I kind of pitch forward a little bit as I come up onto those toes, but trying to stay as straight as possible, and really just think of pressing through the ball of the foot as you lift and lower, drawing that belly in, down. How do you look so colorful today? I know, I was trying. All the rest of us are, well, no, that Linda has some nice color on. A little bit of color. A little bit of color. All right, let's do 5. And 4, 3, 2. All right, 1, we're lifting, we are holding. So we're going to lift it up. So maybe don't go as high, maybe just a small little lift. We're going to start to bend those knees. So that little mini plie, keep those heels lifted, stand all the way back up, and again, bend. And pull that belly in, stand tall, nice and slow. Try to focus on keeping that ball of the foot equal from big toe to little toe. You should feel all of those on the floor, right? All of those toes on the floor. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bend, we're going to hold. So heels are still lifted. We're just going to do little pulses here. So really find those glutes. So yes, we're into our quads as well, but we're really trying to find those glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
So what happens when you start laughing? I know. Or looking.
Right. Let's pick the ball up. And we're going to place it now in between, kind of right above the knee area. We are going to draw in on those inner legs. So you should automatically here find some inner leg connection, right? And be careful that your feet are not too far apart. So you want to bring them so that they're in your kind of parallel position, which means you're putting a lot of pressure into that ball, squeezing that ball using those inner legs. And we're just going to do that same thing that we just did, but we're going to do it in parallel. So from here, and you can take your hands wherever you want. Circle, hips, whatever feels comfortable for you. Prayer, I like the prayer. So from here, we're just going to pull that belly in, press down through those toes and lower down. And back. And lower down. And up. Down. We're not really using the ball too much more after this. I think for one little thing, and that's probably about it. So we're not going to do anything that Patty did on the day. And up. And down. And try to stay nice and tall. Keep that belly nice and engaged. Let's do about 5 more. 4, 3, 2. So on the last one, maybe not lift as high, right? So we come maybe to that halfway lift, and then we bend, and we stand. And bend, stay nice and tall, pull that belly in, grow taller as you come to your standing. If you lose your balance, just start again. And 3 more. 2. And we're bringing it down. We're holding and we're pulsing, little pulses. This is going to be a little bit more quad, but you still should feel those glutes connected. Squeeze that ball a little bit more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower that down. We're going to keep our ball there, but you may want to take it out, just grab your weights because you already grabbed the weights. But we're going to keep that ball in the same place. So just find that nice inner leg connection, keeping it. Really not going to do too much more with it, but I really like the ball here because it helps us stay stable through our pelvis. So it's going to be about more of that stabilization. So we're going to start with just letting those arms kind of hang by our side. And we're going to zip up our belly. We're going to lengthen through that spine. Maybe drop that chin just a little so that you're not here, right? Dropping it a little, opening that collarbone, feeling that nice wide space in the chest. And we're going to add just a little arm here. So I want you to just, we're going to stay straight. You're going to take your right arm. You're just going to press that arm back. We're going to bring it right back. And we're going to take it to the left. And exhale. It's nice and easy. And if you take it back too far, you're going to find that kind of pushing forward with the shoulder. So we don't want to do that. We just want to feel the weight make our arm heavy. We want to use the back of the arm as you press back. And one more time on the other side. And then we're just going to continue this, but we're going to add rotation. Here's where we're going to really focus on that stability of the pelvis. So as I press my arm back, I'm going to also rotate with my upper body. I'm going to inhale as I bring it back, straightening myself out, and then I'm going to take it to the other side. So if you can keep a little pressure on that ball, and the side that I am pressing to and twisting towards, I'm going to think about that hip just gently pressing forward so that I'm not bringing it with me on the movement, all right? Exhale. So for anyone who has shoulder issues or neck issues, as we move on to this twist, we're going to be adding on some arms, but you can always stay here. So if the shoulder or the neck, for whatever reason, bothers you, you're just going to continue with this nice straight arm rotation because it's nice work. All right, one more on each side. And last one. And come forward. We're going to go ahead and bring those arms up. So you're going to face those weights together, right? And we're just going to do the same thing, but we're going to open the arm and we're going to twist in that direction. And we're going to look at that weight as we bring it behind, and then you're going to bring it forward. And other side. So still focusing here on trying to keep our pelvis from coming with us on the movement. So my knees are soft, they're not locked. Believe it or not, that will help keep the pelvis in place, because if they're locked, it's very easy to have that all come with you. And open and close. Let's do 2 more on each side. Open and close. One more on each side. And forward. Let's just go ahead and give those arms a little break. Relax out those shoulders. So the last one, we add on to that shoulder movement. So again, if you want to stick with just the movement we did, that's fine, or the long arms. So on this one, we're going to add on. So we're going to bring those arms back. We're going to twist first. So as you twist, you're going to reach that arm back. You're going to look at that weight, but now you're going to take that weight up over your head. Follow it with your eyes. Bring it all the way back, meet it up with that other one. Let's do that on the other side. We're going to twist. Lift. Follow it with those eyes. And forward. And open. And up. And still trying to keep that pelvis facing forward. And open. Almost there. We just have one more on each side. Last one. And bring it forward, relax, take that ball out from the knee. And we can put one of the weights and the ball down. So we're just gonna keep one weight. I'm gonna disrobe while we take a break. I'm warm already. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do that little lunge arm work. So I'll stand to the side. You guys can stand wherever you'd like, facing the spine, but I just want you to be able to get this view. So from here, I'm going to start with the weight in my right hand. I'm going to step forward with my left foot and maybe take my back leg back just a little bit. I'm going to come onto the toe of my back foot and I'm going to bend both of my legs as I pitch forward or hinge forward. And I'm going to find this balance. Okay. So from here, my other hand is just going to set lightly on the leg that's bent in front or wherever is comfortable again. And we're going to start same movement as we started before. So we're going to think about the back of that right arm as we press that arm up and then lower it down. And exhale. Nice and slow. Exhale. If this gets to be too much to the quad, just stand a little taller. You can do this all from this kind of standing lightly in this position. The little kind of lunge position just makes us work a little harder through our balance, makes us work a little harder through our quad. All right, let's do 4. And 3, 2, and 1. We're going to lift that up and we're going to keep it behind us. We're going to lift it maybe just a little higher. Think of keeping the arm long. Think of that back of the upper arm and pulse it up from there. Keep that belly tight. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that arm come down. Step forward and just let that arm hang and just let it release. We're going to go right back into position. We're still on the same side. So we're going to take that right leg again, step it back, find the toe. And from here, we're going to start with that same exact movement as we did before. So I'm going to lengthen my spine. I'm going to exhale, press that arm back. I'm going to hold. I'm going to open that arm out to the side. And then I'm just going to press it back to the body, almost like I'm trying to reach it behind me. Inhale as I open, exhale. Inhale as I open, exhale. And open and squeeze that arm back to the body. Keep it lifted, keep it high. And 3, 2, 1. Let that arm come down, step forward again, just let that arm kind of dangle and rest. We have one more to go. All right, so from here, straighten your spine, step back, still on that same side. All right, so from here, we're gonna do some arm circles. We're gonna let this arm reach forward. And then as we start to reach it behind you, okay, you're gonna grow tall. You're gonna reach that other arm out as you reach that arm behind you, and you're gonna look at that weight. And then you're gonna sweep that arm down, and you're gonna come right back into position. All right, so this is balance. All right, so we're gonna reach that arm up, start to lift. Arm comes in front, arm goes behind, look at that weight, and come right back into position. And again, up, lift, open that chest, look at that weight, and down. Last one, and up, lift, open, and down. You're gonna step forward and relax. Good job. All right, let's do the other side. So same thing on that other side. So from here, I'm gonna take it that step forward with my right foot this time. Left foot is gonna come back onto the toe. So I'm in that straight spine. I'm gonna bend both of my knees,
as I hinge forward, pitching down just that little bit. Arm is hanging, dangling alongside me. Belly is tight. Exhale, press that arm back. And down. And back. So try not to get any additional movement from the torso. Try to keep the spine long. Try to avoid rounding the upper back, right? Try to lengthen your spine, kind of lifting that chest a little. Keeping that belly lifted. Let's do 5 more. 4. Really think about the back of that upper arm. 3, 2, 1. We're going to lift that arm up. We're going to hold, lift it a little higher, really feel the back of that arm connect, and then pulse it up. Up. Keep that belly nice and tight. Reach that arm long behind you. Try not to get into your upper shoulder. Pull that shoulder blade down the back a little bit more. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that arm come down, step forward. Just let that arm kind of dangle. Release it out. And we go right back into position, same leg. Left leg steps back. Onto the toe, both legs bend, hinge forward. All right, so from here, we're going to start the same way. We're going to press that arm back. Lift it up as high as you can. Keep it there, open. And close, trying to reach that arm behind you. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And back, squeezing that arm back to the body. 4 more. And 4. Keep it lifted and high, keep it long. And 3, 2, and 1. And let it come down, step it forward, and just relax that arm. We're on our last one, so this one's going to incorporate that balance. So we're going to stay, right? Take that left leg back onto that toe. I'm bending through both my knees. And then from here, I'm going to start with that left arm reaching up in front of me. And then as I lift it to the ceiling is where I'm standing. I'm reaching that other arm in front, reaching it behind. You're still on that toe on that back foot. Still on the toe on the back foot. And then come down. So you're always staying on that back heel is all lifted. Up, lift, follow it through, and down. And up, lift, follow it through, and down. Last one. Up, lift, follow it through, and down, and step forward, and grow tall. All right. Weights. So everyone is gonna, if you've got a floor at home, you're gonna sit on your mat with your feet on the floor. So I'm gonna sit facing the camera because it's important here. We wanna try to get some sliding with our feet. So if you're on carpet, maybe a sock or something, but we wanna try to get this nice where we can just kind of pull those feet in, slide them on the floor, make it nice and easy. When we're on the mat, get a little sticky. All right. So from here, your sticky socks are too sticky? No. All right, so from here we have our weights, one in each hand, and we're going to start with some scooping. So we're just going to kind of keep the weights to the side. You can keep your hands on them if you want. We're going to practice that little scoop to begin with. So we're going to grow nice and tall, try to make that spine as straight as you can. We're going to start by tucking the tail. So I have to use the front of my belly first. I pull it in, I tuck that tail under me. I feel myself roll to the back of my sit bones. My low belly is scooped, and then I just start to curl back, just to that point where I can fold. I'm going to take a deep breath in. As I exhale, I'm still going to think of tucking my tail. So my tail is still tucked under me as I curl up. And only once I get to the top do I stack and feel those sit bones right underneath me again. Right, so let's just do that a couple of times. Scoop the belly, feel the tail tuck under you. Feel yourself roll to the back of the sit bones, then curl back a little deeper, but keep focusing on that tuck. Right here, tuck that tail deeper. Pull yourself up as you round forward. Keep your tail tucked to the very end, and then sit up nice and tall, pointing those sit bones right underneath you. One more time. And scoop, tuck the tail, curl back. Hold here, keep tucking. Exhale as you tuck that tail still, you're curling up. Really deep lower abdominal when you do that, when you can keep your tuck, all right? We're gonna do some biceps. So we're gonna pick those up, finish up kind of our arm stuff. So from here, we're gonna bring those hands, palms up, elbows by your side, open that collarbone, shoulders down. So we start from that nice stacked spine position. We're going to begin by exhaling, tucking that tail. We're going to curl back to a point which you feel you can stay, right? So my tail is tucked, I'm kind of behind my sit bones, onto my glutes a little bit more. And I'm using the front of my belly, pulling that front of the belly towards my back. So that's my scoop. From here, I'm just going to start with that nice bicep curl. Nice and slow. This shouldn't be difficult. So keep those shoulders open. Don't let them start to round forward. And just keep your scoop. So I'm still focusing on keeping that tailbone tucked under. And I'm going really slow here with my bicep curl. And let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. And then from here, I'm going to tuck that tail deeper. I'm going to curl up. And I am just going to stretch forward. Give yourself that nice little stretch. I forgot to do our little neck stretches. So we'll get to those maybe after this. That'll probably be a good transition. I was going to do it before we actually came to the floor. So we may have to stand again, but that's okay. All right, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add on to the bicep curl. We're going to make it a little bit more challenging. So legs are still out in front, right? We're going to take those arms, palms up, elbows by your side. Stack the vertebrae. Start from there. As you exhale, tuck that tail, curl it back. So find that place where you feel you can hang out. You're going to reach those arms out in front. So from here, we're just going to grasp those weights. Nice little slow bicep curl here. And a little bend. So I'm not going to bring those weights all the way to my shoulders. As soon as I bring them here, I totally let go of my biceps. My goal is to keep them connected. So I'm going to lift maybe a little past that 90 degree, and then I'm going to slowly extend them back out. Think about what's going on in your upper back. Can you feel a little connection of your shoulder blades and your upper back, maybe between them? That's what we call your rhomboids. So kind of that keeps our collarbone open by maintaining that little connection. Are you focusing on that little scoop? Let's do 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And reach it forward, put those weights alongside, and stretch yourself forward. Good. All right, we're going to put the weights off to the side. We're not going to use these on this next one unless you really, really want to challenge yourself. And we're just going to start with some little leg slides. All right, so on these leg slides, we're going to start here. We're going to start again, same scoop. So from this position, arms are going to just kind of come into a little floppy hug-a-tree, nothing too structured here. So keep that spine nice and lifted. We're going to start with that tuck of the tail, scoop that belly, tucking that tail, we're going to curl it back. And again, we're going to find that place where we can keep connected and scooped. From here, I'm just going to think about sliding my right heel towards my sit bone, deepening my scoop, and then I'm going to inhale as I reach back out. Then the other side, exhale. So here, it's really coming from my belly. I'm keeping that deep scoop. In fact, I'm accentuating that scoop, like the scoop itself is one that's drawing that heel towards my sit bone. And exhale. So there shouldn't be any hip flexor here. If you're feeling here, we're not scooping enough. We're not thinking about that deep tuck of that tail. We're going to do one more on each side. Try to keep those shoulders out of it. Exhale. And we're going to curl up. Reach forward. And stretch. So we just add on from this point. If this is becoming difficult, you have your little ball, all right? If you start having back pain, you're gonna put that ball right behind your tailbone. And as you curl back, now you've got some support, okay? So that support is great, but you're still gonna focus on all the same stuff, right? You're still gonna focus on that scooping, that tucking of the tail, but now it's gonna give you a little bit of relief. So I don't want you into the low back. Please do what you need to stay out of that. All right, we're gonna do the exact same movement, but this time we're gonna do both legs together. So arms in front, shoulders down. We're gonna start with that scoop, tuck that tail, curl it back, find that place. This one a little bit more challenging. So you wanna not keep the heels too heavy here. Super light, exhale, scoop that belly deep. Draw those knees in, reach them back out. Exhale. Keep thinking of that tuck, even as those legs shoot back out. Exhale. And inhale. And let's do 3. And 2. Tailbone is still tucking, keeping that deep, deep scoop. Last one. And reach it out, curl up, reach forward. So we're gonna go back to the single leg, but we're gonna add on a little rotation, right? So this time the arms are gonna start in this little open position. And as I scoop my right leg in, I'm gonna twist in that direction. I'm gonna kind of release it as I press back out and go to the other side. So from here, let's start nice and tall, arms in front, maybe open them just a little bit to a little bit of a V, and then start with that tuck. Exhale, scoop that belly, curl it back. All right, keep that deep scoop. So I'm gonna start with my left. I'm gonna scoop that leg in. I'm gonna twist towards that leg, and then I'm gonna reach that leg out as I come back to center. Other side. And reach. Keeping that deep scoop. So even here on that twist, I'm thinking of tucking that tail, not letting myself come up on those sit bones. I'm staying behind them. Last one. Reach it out, curl it up, and stretch. You should all be feeling your abs, right? Okay. Abs, abs. Remember, use that ball behind you if you get into your back. All right, so on this next one, we're gonna go back to the double leg lift or the double leg scoop, but we're gonna add a lift of those legs. Just a quick little tabletop lift. It's nothing major. So from here, start again, stack that spine, arms in front. We're gonna start with the tuck, scoop out that belly, curl it back, find that place. So I'm gonna start by scooping deeper. As I scoop those knees in, at the very end, I'm just gonna lift them up, lower them down as I press them back out, and again. Exhale, lift, and reach, and scoop, lift, and reach, and scoop, and lift. Last one. And reach it out. Whew. Yeah, low belly's working. All right, we're gonna finish that off. So you're gonna have a choice. I'm gonna cue you through a little bit more of a challenge once we get there, but we're gonna keep those heels on the floor. We're gonna add rotation. So let's stack up that vertebra. We're gonna go right back into position. We're gonna tuck that tail, scoop it out, curl it back. So for the beginning part of this, I'm gonna come to my hug tree, and I'm only gonna pull my knees into my heels and my heels are gonna stay on the floor. And from here, I'm gonna keep my belly scooped, tuck that tail deeper. I'm gonna go into rotation. Inhale. And exhale, scoop deeper, back to center. Inhale. Exhale, scoop deeper back to center. And in. So watch when you rotate that you don't shift one knee in front of the other, right? That you're keeping those knees nice and stable. We're gonna come here, we're gonna reach those legs out, curl up, reach forward, we have one more. So if that was difficult enough, you're gonna stay there. Otherwise, we're gonna add that lift to tabletop, hold as we do our rotation, okay? So fun stuff today. All right. Arms in front, lift that spine, start to tuck the tail, curl it back, find that place. Arms to a nice huggetry. We're gonna scoop those legs in, and we're gonna lift. And we're gonna twist, inhale. Exhale, scoop deeper to center. Inhale. Exhale. Try to keep those knees level. One more each side. Set those heels down, press those legs out, reach it forward. Everyone's gotten so strong. That's so awesome. It has helped a lot. We're going to take our ball. We're just going to bring it between the knees. We are going to come flat, and we're going to go into our curl back all the way to the mat. So from here, we're going to curl it back. And we're going to stay. So bring those feet a little closer. We're just going to do some bridging to kind of undo that spine stuff that we just did. Kind of release it out a little bit. So feet are flat, heels, you know, they're in fairly close, not squeezing my sit bones obviously, but feet are flat. So we're going to start with that same little scoop like we're tucking the tail. And as we do that, we feel that imprint. And then we're just going to peel off that spine. We're going to lift ourselves up into this nice bridge position. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then start to melt from your shoulders. And release the spine. Super slow. Try to articulate all the way back down. Feel the weight come into the back of the pelvis as it rolls forward and into that nice neutral position. All right, let's take a deep breath in first. Exhale, scoop. Heel it up. Lift. Hold at the top. Feel those glutes. Deep breath in. Exhale and release. All the way down. Feel that weight. Two more. And scoop. And up. Deep breath in. And exhale. Articulate through the vertebra. All the way down. You should be using your glutes, your hamstrings. Last one. And exhale again as we lift. Deep breath in at the top and exhale and curl down. And just let yourself kind of relax there for a moment. All right, we're going to be lifting up into the bridge. We're going to stay there. We're going to add some inner leg. So make sure the ball is not right at the knees. I like it down, not super low in the inner leg, but kind of in the middle of the leg. And from here, we're going to exhale. We're going to scoop our belly. Peel ourselves up off that mat, coming into our bridge position. So first thing I want you to really focus on is your feet. You should be able to feel pressure at the toes as well as the heels. Feel that nice flat foot. Keep that pelvis lifted as high as you can and level as we squeeze the ball and release. And squeeze and release. Try to keep that pelvis up and lifted. Keep squeezing and releasing. Don't go too fast on that squeeze, it's slow. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze that ball, hold the squeeze, pulse it in. Pulse, 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 lift that pelvis. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the squeeze and curl it down. And release and relax that pressure at the ball. Relax the shoulders, relax the pelvis. Take a nice deep breath in and just exhale it out. Good. We're going to take that ball now back, this time again, kind of between the knees, all right? But still towards the inner leg, not the calf. So we're going to give that ball just a little squeeze and make sure we're staying in that nice parallel position. So from here, we're going to curl ourselves up into our bridge. So exhale, go ahead and curl that up. Find that nice stable bridge position. If you need help here, keep your hands at your hips, kind of with some support. And from here, we're just going to extend from the knee. So we're going to exhale, reach from that knee, bring it right back to the floor, other side. Bring it right back to the floor and other side. Floor, lift that pelvis a little higher. Try to keep that pelvis lifted as we're doing this little march. Arms are down, a little pressure through the backs of those arms. Lift a little higher. And 3, 2 more sets. One more set. And bring it down. Curl yourself all the way back down. And if you've got those weights handy, go ahead and pick those up. So this one is more of a stretch through the spine. So weights are in your hand, down by your side. Right, we're going to start with that curl up. So we're going to curl up, peeling that spine off that mat. Once you get to your bridge, you're going to lift those weights all the way up and behind you. We're going to keep reaching those arms behind you, reach those knees forward over those feet, and start to release the spine. And keep that reach going through the knees and the arms, stretching through the vertebra, all the way down to your neutral. Lift those arms up and bring them all the way down. I'm hoping you guys can see the whole thing. All right, let's try it again. And exhale, curl it up all the way into our bridge. Lift those arms, reach them behind. Keep reaching those arms behind you. Keep reaching those knees kind of over those toes. Keep that reach. Curl it down, melt your spine. Think about reaching each vertebra away from the last as you curl it all the way to the floor. Should feel great. And bring those arms up. We're going to do that one more time. And curl it up. All the way. Find that bridge. Lift those arms. Reach those arms behind you. Keep reaching and melt your spine. Articulating it all the way. And we can just let go of those weights. Bring those arms by your side. And we're going to stay right here. We're going to finish up a little bit more of our ab work. We're going to work a little bit more on those upper abdominals. We did a lot of lower on our scooping before, so we're going to work on our upper. So we're going to find our neutral pelvis from here. So no scooping. We're coming out of that scoop. Our spine is totally relaxed now. We've gotten it all stretched out with those articulations. So we're going to feel that heaviness at the back of our pelvis. And we're going to feel our low back, just that nice little lift from the floor, that natural arch. Arms are going to come up to the ceiling. You know, let's start with the arms behind the head. So go ahead and take those arms behind the head. You can just a little clasp or just the fingertips, whatever feels good. And from here, we're going to tuck that chin slightly, and we're going to start with some curl ups. So we're going to exhale as we lift our upper body. We're going to look towards that ball. And then we're just going to curl right back down. And exhale, lift with that heart. And really focus here, trying to keep your neutral. So keep that weight heavy at the back of the pelvis. And up. And up. Let's do 3. 2. And 1. And down. Arms are going to come to the ceiling. You're going to pick those legs up into your tabletop position. So we still have that ball between those knees. This time our regular curl up, but we're going to send those legs out. Exhale. Reach those legs away. Feel that belly flat across that low belly. Inhale. And exhale. Back to your tabletop and reach. Nice little pause on that extension. Reaching those legs out, reaching those arms, pulling that belly deep. Let's do 3. 2. And 1. Come in, lower those legs, but take that ball into your hands. All right, last bit of upper abdominals, and then we're going to stretch. We're going to bring those legs to tabletop. Once they're there, we're going to extend those legs to the ceiling. So this time as we curl up, we're going to take that ball as high as we can on those legs. And you would like to keep those legs at that 90-degree angle, okay? So toes are pointed to the ceiling, hands come in front of the ball. We're going to curl that ball, reaching it towards our feet. As we curl it down, go ahead and let your head come back down to the mat. Again, and curl it up. As high as you can, curl it down, and up. And down, 2 more, and up. And down, we're gonna take this one up, we're gonna hold it, curl it up, hold, pulse it up, pulse. 5 more, 3, 2, 1, and curl down. Ooh, those always get my upper abdominals. Take that ball to the side, open those arms out. And from here, arms are open, palms are up, feet are flat, knees are bent. And all you're gonna do is just let your head roll from side to side. Just nice, keeping that kind of pressure at the back of that occipital region of your skull. And just let that neck release. We're gonna come up and we're gonna do that neck stretch that I missed earlier. So we're gonna straighten those legs out and we are going to curl up. So arms up to the ceiling, eyes at those fingertips, and as they start to lower down, eyes follow. I look at my toes, curl up, reach it forward to that stretch, and then sit up nice and tall. We're gonna come standing. Oh, we're gonna need our weights, so have those by your side. You just need one. And it's just really to give yourself a little bit more weighted position through the arm. Actually, you could use even both weights in that one arm if you wanted to. So I'm gonna stand in my nice parallel position, nice and easy. And then I'm gonna stand tall. So I'm gonna feel my weight is in my right hand. I'm gonna feel that arm kind of feel heavy. Like the weight itself is pulling the shoulder from the ear. And then from here, I'm gonna take my opposite ear and I'm gonna drop it to the opposite shoulder. So we're just bending the neck. We're not twisting, just bending. Thinking of that ear coming to that shoulder. The opposite arm with the weight, it's feeling heavy. It's reaching that shoulder from the ear. You're thinking of shoulder and head reaching apart in opposite directions. Keep your belly pulling in. Deep breath. And one more breath. And then we're going to lift that head back to center. All right, we're going to do that again. So feel heavy in that right arm. We're going to drop that ear to the shoulder. You're gonna hold here, feel that stretch, feel heavy in that opposite arm, that opposing arm, feeling that stretch. But then from here, as we hold this, we're gonna take our chin now, and we're just gonna rotate it to the shoulder, looking down towards the floor, feeling that stretch in a little bit of a different place behind the neck. Keep that weighted arm. And just breathe. Relaxing the stretch. And then take your chin, bring it straight down to your chest, looking straight down to the floor. Let it just hang out there and maybe just start to let it rock back and forth. We're gonna lift that chin up and you're gonna take your eyes to the ceiling. And once it's there, again, you can just kind of move it back and forth. Just a little. And then we're gonna look forward. We're just gonna do that on the other side. So switch your arms, switch the weight to the other side. Feel weighted. Right? Relax the shoulders, zip up your belly. So opposite ear down to that opposite shoulder. So we're just bending the neck. Feel the weighted arm, pulling that shoulder gently away from that neck. And just breathe. Feeling the stretch, kind of release a little bit as you stretch here. And then we're gonna lift that head all the way back up to straight. You're gonna do that again, start with that same stretch. So feel weighted in that arm, drop that opposite ear, find this stretch, hold here. Feel that weight come into that arm again, really feel it. And then take your chin and rotate it towards that shoulder, looking down towards the floor. And from here, we just kind of hang out. Feel that nice stretch. Try to get it to relax and release a little bit. And then take your chin and roll it straight down to your chest, looking straight down at the floor, and just let your head relax and start to nod it around just that little bit. It doesn't have to be much. And then we're gonna take it and lift it up. Take those eyes now all the way to the ceiling. Rock that head just a little. And back to center. I'm just gonna put the weight down. I'm just gonna finish off with some nice breathing. We're gonna start arms by the side. We're gonna inhale those arms all the way up to the ceiling. We're gonna keep them there. And then from here, we're just gonna reach a little higher with that right arm. Stretching to that side and then bring it back. And now the left and back and right. And left and right. And left. Hold when you come back. Reach those arms up a little further. Take an inhale. Palms open and exhale. Push that air out. You're done. You're finished for the day. Thanks, you guys. Have a good week. We'll see you on Monday.